So welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about resilience and what resilience is all about. So stay tuned. So there are so many challenges that we face every day that are completely out of our control. And being able to overcome those challenges in both our personal and professional life is an extremely important and valuable skill. But what is resilience exactly? Well, the Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition of resilience is as follows: the capability of a strained body to recover its size and shape after deformation caused especially by compressive stress, or an ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. Now, the American Psychological Association defines resilience a little bit differently, and their definition is as follows: resilience is the process and outcome of successful adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to external and internal demands. So it sounds like resilience is comprised of several components. And according to the American Psychological Association, a number of factors contribute to how well people will adapt to adversities. And predominant among them are the ways in which individuals view and engage the world, the availability and quality of their resources, and specific coping strategies. So therefore, resilience can be seen as the ability for an individual to overcome adversity. It's not only the capacity to cope with stress, but it's also your attitude towards life, your personal talents, how you use those talents. It's the capacity to make use of your resources, your community resources, and your social supports. And psychological research demonstrates that the resources and skills that are associated with more positive adaptation, such as in resilience, can actually be cultivated and practiced. And according to the work of Dr. Michael Unger, who is the lead expert at the Resilience Research Center, in his work and his white paper with Cigna Behavioral Health, he actually identifies 4 pillars of resilience and 3 processes. In his later work, he identifies protective factors, primarily in 2 categories: being resourced and being rugged. And these categories and factors of resilience are actually the foundations of resilience that he found and used in his R2 resilience building program. I've actually combined those 4 pillars and those protective factors and resources into my Levelheaded Mindset Coaching Program. So when we look at the 4 pillars here, you'll see physical and mental health is a pillar, and this includes physical activity, proper nutrition, good sleep hygiene, and can also include medication management. Awareness is the other pillar, and this includes self-reflection, emotional intelligence, and problem solving. Personal skills is the next pillar, and these are personal skills that strengthen your identity and your awareness. It can also be your talents. So control is the 4th pillar, and this is control over one's life, fair treatment from others, and self-efficacy and empowerment. Then when you look into the protective factors, like I mentioned, there are 2 primary protective factors of resilience. You have the rugged qualities of resilience, and then you have the resource qualities of resilience. And in Unger's work, he actually found 26 factors of each, so 52 factors in total. And here you can see some examples of some of those resources in rugged and resourced. So in rugged, you have flexibility, motivation, perseverance, help seeking, self-efficacy, mindfulness, and emotional regulation. And with resource qualities, you'll see cultural practices, opportunities to see your talents, regular routines and activities, fair treatment, and relationships. But like I said, there are 26 in each, so there are many more factors than just these. These are just some examples. And then to build resilience, you can think of the acronym GROW, which also came from Unger's work with Cigna Behavioral Health in their white paper. And when you look at the acronym GROW, G stands for ground yourself. So you ground yourself in the situation, you want to see what's going on, collect all the data. R is for recognize what you can control in that situation. O is organize. So organize the resources that you need and utilize those resources to help resolve the situation. And then W is to work with your community and your support system to also help resolve the issue, conflict, whatever it may be that has precipitated your adverse situation. A lot of times resilience is used in communities because they're trying to overcome many challenges. Maybe they just gone through a hurricane, a devastating event. And so resilience, and this process of resilience, is used to help in those situations. However, it can also be used to cultivate a better work environment and to also help build and establish your mental health and be a preventative factor in your mental health so that you don't end up in those situations where you end up with mental illness, as I described in Skills Before Pills. In my Skills Before Pills philosophy, I discussed how resilience is a preventative factor, and that is why. The thing is, though, is that when I ask people, or when you're asked, do you need to build resilience? Most people will say no, and they think that their resilience is fine. They think that they are resilient or that they have resilience. However, there appears to actually be a disconnection with a person's perception of resilience to what their resilience actually is. And Everyday Health actually partnered with Ohio State University to better understand Americans' resilience and its connection to our physical and emotional health. And what their key findings were very interesting. They found that 83% of Americans polled thought that they had high levels of mental and emotional resilience. And only 57% scored as being actually resilient after taking a resilience measure assessment. And 91% of most resilient Americans will actually say that they believe that their mental health is as important as their physical health. Yet only 33% of Americans are likely to ask for help or for counseling when faced with a negative situation that is emotionally taxing. And so there's this discrepancy with the way people think about what their resilience is, what their resilience actually is, and then those people who believe they're resilient will actually not get the help that they need for many reasons. Maybe it's stigma, maybe it's they feel that they can resolve it on their own, etc. And so that's why resilience and building resilience is very important in every aspect of your life. And it's best to learn the skills of resilience before a mental health crisis ensues in your life. So the earlier, the better. And so if you want help building your resilience, do not hesitate to contact me and we can work on building your resilience and improving your overall mental health. And as always, I thank you for watching. I wish you well on your mental health care journey, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.